In a world of chaos, this tiny titan delivers unmatched versatility, power, and affordability. With its high velocity, it's lethal enough for self-defense, yet quiet enough to avoid unwanted attention. Don't sleep on this game changer. Hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we post new content. When survival experts debate the perfect urban defense round, the conversation usually revolves around 9mm, .45 ACP, or .223 Remington. But there's a dark horse that's been quietly proving itself for decades, the .22 Winchester Magnum Rimfire, or .22 WMR. Today we're breaking down why this overlooked cartridge might just be the ultimate urban survival solution.
Reason 1. Devastating ballistic performance in a compact package.
The .22 Magnum isn't your grandfather's .22 long rifle. We're talking about a cartridge that launches a 40-grain bullet at over 1,900 feet per second from a rifle barrel and still maintains 1,400 plus feet per second from a compact handgun. That translates to nearly 300 foot-pounds of energy, more than double what a standard .22 LR produces. In urban environments where overpenetration is a legitimate concern, the .22 Magnum strikes the perfect balance. It delivers enough energy to neutralize threats effectively while reducing the risk of bullets traveling through multiple walls and endangering innocent bystanders. The high velocity creates a temporary wound cavity that's significantly larger than what the bullet diameter suggests, making it far more effective than critics assume. Federal's Game Shock loads push a 50-grain bullet at 1,650 feet per second, creating 300 plus foot-pounds of energy. Compare this to a 380 ACP, which typically generates around 200 foot-pounds, and the .22 Magnum starts looking like a serious contender. The key difference is the .22 Magnum's superior velocity, which translates to better terminal performance and more predictable expansion with modern hollow point designs. Modern ammunition manufacturers like CCI, Federal, and Hornady have developed specialized .22 Magnum loads specifically for personal defense.
Reason 2. Exceptional accuracy and flat trajectory.
The .22 Magnum's high velocity translates directly into superior accuracy and a flatter trajectory compared to most pistol cartridges. At typical urban engagement distances of 25 yards or less, the .22 Magnum shoots remarkably flat, requiring minimal holdover adjustments. From a quality firearm, 5-shot groups under 2 inches at 50 yards are easily achievable, and many shooters can consistently produce sub-MOA groups from rifles. This level of precision gives defenders a significant advantage in urban scenarios where precise shot placement is critical. The cartridge's inherent accuracy stems from its excellent ballistic coefficient and consistent powder burn. The .22 Magnum case holds approximately 3 times more powder than a .22 LR, resulting in more complete combustion and more consistent velocities. This consistency translates to predictable point of impact, shot after shot. Wind drift at typical urban distances is minimal, making the .22 Magnum an excellent choice for rooftop or long corridor shots that might be necessary in urban survival situations. The flat trajectory also means less need to compensate for bullet drop when engaging targets at various distances within a building or urban environment. Professional precision shooters have long recognized the .22 Magnum's accuracy potential. Many use it for training because the ballistic performance closely mimics centerfire cartridges while offering significant cost savings. This same accuracy advantage translates directly to defensive applications.
Reason 3. Reduced noise signature for tactical advantage.
One of the 22. Magnum's most overlooked advantages is its relatively quiet report compared to centerfire cartridges. While still louder than .22 LR, the .22 Magnum produces significantly less noise than 9mm .40 S&W or .45 A CP rounds. In urban survival scenarios, discretion can mean the difference between successfully defending your position and attracting every threat in the neighborhood. The .22 Magnum's moderate report allows for defensive use without advertising your location to every hostile within a half-mile radius. When fired from shorter barrels, the difference becomes even more pronounced. A .22 Magnum from a 2-inch barrel produces roughly 140 to 145 decibels, compared to 160 plus decibels from most centerfire cartridges. That 15 to 20 decibel difference is significant. Decibels are measured logarithmically, so this represents a substantial reduction in perceived loudness. Smaller muzzle flash reduces the chance of giving away your position and helps preserve the shooter's natural night vision after firing. Additionally, the reduced recoil and noise make the .22 Magnum more comfortable for extended practice sessions, leading to better marksmanship skills. In survival situations, the ability to place accurate follow-up shots quickly can be more valuable than raw stopping power.
Reason 4. Superior penetration characteristics.
Despite its small diameter, the .22 Magnum's high velocity gives it impressive penetration capabilities. Modern .22 Magnum rounds consistently penetrate 12 to 16 inches in ballistic gelatin, meeting FBI standards for adequate penetration while avoiding excessive over-penetration. The cartridge's ability to penetrate heavy clothing, leather, and light barriers makes it effective against threats wearing multiple layers of clothing or light body armor. The high-velocity, small-diameter bullet tends to punch through materials that might stop or significantly slow larger, slower bullets. In urban environments, the ability to penetrate light cover like car doors, drywall, or wooden barriers can be tactically advantageous. The .22 Magnum maintains enough energy after barrier penetration to remain effective, while larger calibers might fragment or lose too much energy. Testing has shown that quality .22 Magnum hollow points will expand reliably even after passing through heavy denim or leather jackets. This consistent performance across various barrier materials makes it a versatile choice for urban defenders who can't predict what obstacles might interfere with shot placement. The penetration characteristics also make the .22 Magnum effective for dispatching small to medium-sized game for food procurement, adding to its utility in prolonged survival scenarios. A single cartridge type that can serve both defensive and hunting roles simplifies logistics significantly.
Reason 5. Ammunition availability and affordability.
In crisis situations, ammunition availability becomes critical. The .22 Magnum enjoys widespread availability at virtually every gun store, sporting goods retailer, and even many general merchandise stores. Unlike specialty cartridges that might disappear during shortages, .22 Magnum typically remains available even during panic buying periods. Cost-wise, .22 Magnum ammunition runs roughly 25 cents to 40 cents per round for quality loads, making it significantly cheaper than centerfire alternatives. A box of 50 rounds of premium .22 Magnum costs less than a box of 20 rounds of quality 9mm ammunition. This cost advantage allows for extensive practice without breaking the budget. The manufacturing infrastructure for .22 Magnum is well established, with multiple domestic and international suppliers. This redundancy in the supply chain means production can continue even if one manufacturer experiences problems. Major ammunition companies like CCI, Federal, Winchester, and Remington all produce .22 Magnum in multiple configurations. Bulk purchasing options make the .22 Magnum even more economical. Cases of 2,000+ rounds are readily available, allowing serious preparedness-minded individuals to stock significant quantities without enormous expense. The long shelf life of rimfire ammunition means properly stored .22 Magnum cartridges remain reliable for decades. Regional availability is another advantage. Rural areas that might not stock exotic cartridges typically carry .22 Magnum for small game hunting and pest control. This widespread distribution means resupply opportunities exist even in remote locations. Reason 6. Versatile firearm platform options. The .22 Magnum is available in an impressive variety of firearm platforms, from ultra-compact pocket pistols to precision rifles. This versatility allows users to select the perfect tool for their specific urban environment and defensive needs. Compact revolvers like the Smith & Wesson 351 PD or Ruger LCR offer 5 or 6 shots in a package small enough for deep concealment. These lightweight revolvers excel in close-quarters urban environments where discretion is paramount. The reliability of revolver actions also eliminates concerns about feeding issues with different ammunition types. Semi-automatic pistols chambered in .22 Magnum provide higher capacity options. The Kel-Tec PMR-30 offers 30-round capacity in a surprisingly compact package while maintaining the reliability needed for defensive use. Higher capacity means more shots available without reloading, a significant advantage in extended defensive encounters. Rifle options range from bolt-action precision rifles to semi-automatic carbines. The Savage B 22 Magnum offers exceptional accuracy for longer-range urban shots, while rifles like the XL Arms Accelerator provide semi-automatic capability with extended magazines. Some lever-action rifles chamber the .22 Magnum, combining classic reliability with modern performance. Conversion options also exist for popular platforms. Some AR-15 upper receivers accept .22 Magnum, allowing users to maintain familiarity with their primary platform while gaining the advantages of the smaller cartridge. This adaptability is valuable for individuals already invested in particular firearm systems.
Reason 7. Reduced recoil for faster follow-up shots.
Recoil management is critical in defensive shooting, and the .22 Magnum excels in this area. The light recoil allows for extremely fast follow-up shots while maintaining accuracy, a crucial advantage in dynamic urban defensive scenarios. Experienced shooters can fire accurate strings of .22 Magnum rounds as quickly as they can pull the trigger. The minimal muzzle flip and reduced felt recoil mean the sights return to target almost instantly after each shot. This rapid engagement capability can be the difference between stopping a threat and becoming a victim. The manageable recoil also makes the .22 Magnum suitable for shooters who might struggle with larger cartridges due to physical limitations, injury, or lack of experience. In survival situations, everyone capable of handling a firearm might need to contribute to defense, and the .22 Magnum's gentle recoil makes it accessible to a wider range of defenders. Training advantages cannot be overlooked. The reduced recoil allows new shooters to develop proper fundamentals without developing a flinch response. More experienced shooters can focus on speed and precision without fighting heavy recoil impulse. This translates to better performance when it matters most. Competition shooters have long recognized the .22 Magnum's potential for rapid engagement. Steel challenge competitors using .22 Magnum often post times competitive with centerfire cartridges while enjoying significant cost savings. The same speed advantages apply directly to defensive applications.
Reason 8. Excellent terminal ballistics with modern ammunition.
Modern .22 Magnum ammunition has come a long way from the simple lead round nose bullets of the past. Today's defensive loads feature sophisticated hollow point designs, engineered specifically for optimal terminal performance at magnum velocities. Hornady's Critical Defense .22 Magnum loads feature their FTX bullet with a polymer tip designed to ensure consistent expansion. These rounds reliably expand to nearly twice their original diameter while maintaining adequate penetration depth. The consistent expansion creates larger wound channels than the original bullet diameter suggests. CCI's Maxi-Mag loads push hollow point bullets at maximum velocities, creating impressive temporary wound cavities. The hydrostatic shock from high-velocity impacts can incapacitate threats even with peripheral hits, adding a safety margin for defenders under stress. Federal's personal defense loads use specially designed hollow points that open reliably even at the lower velocities encountered from short-barrel firearms. This consistency across different barrel lengths makes the .22 Magnum practical for both compact handguns and longer rifles. The key to .22 Magnum terminal effectiveness lies in velocity. The high-speed impacts create wound channels significantly larger than the bullet diameter through temporary cavitation effects. Modern bullet designs maximize this effect while ensuring adequate penetration for reliable incapacitation.
Reason 9. Minimal storage requirements.
Space efficiency becomes critical in urban survival scenarios, where every square inch of storage matters. .22 Magnum cartridges are significantly smaller and lighter than centerfire alternatives, allowing for much higher ammunition storage density. 1,000 rounds of .22 Magnum ammunition weighs approximately 15 pounds and fits in a container roughly the size of a shoebox. The same number of 9mm cartridges would weigh over 30 pounds and require nearly twice the storage space. For urban dwellers with limited space, this efficiency advantage is substantial. The small size also enables creative storage solutions. .22 Magnum ammunition can be cached in spaces too small for larger cartridges, inside walls, under floorboards, or in other concealed locations. This distributed storage approach reduces the risk of losing entire ammunition supplies to theft or discovery. Transportation advantages are equally important. Whether evacuating on foot or by vehicle, the lightweight and compact size of .22 Magnum ammunition allows for carrying larger quantities without excessive burden. In bug-out scenarios where every ounce matters, this efficiency can be life-saving. Long-term storage is simplified by the small package size. Proper storage containers for .22 Magnum take up minimal space while protecting thousands of rounds from moisture and temperature fluctuations. The efficient use of storage space allows for maintaining larger reserves in smaller living quarters.
Reason 10. Reduced overpenetration risk.
Urban environments present unique challenges regarding overpenetration and collateral damage. The .22 Magnum strikes an optimal balance between stopping power and reduced risk to innocent bystanders behind the intended target. While the .22 Magnum has adequate penetration for defensive purposes, it's less likely to punch through multiple walls and remain lethal compared to higher-powered cartridges. This characteristic is particularly important in apartment buildings, condominiums, or other multi-unit dwellings where neighbors live in close proximity. Testing shows that .22 Magnum rounds lose significant energy after penetrating typical interior walls. While still potentially dangerous, the reduced energy lessens the risk of causing serious injury to unintended targets. Larger, heavier bullets from centerfire cartridges often retain dangerous energy levels after penetrating multiple barriers. The reduced overpenetration risk allows defenders to engage threats with less concern about what lies beyond the target. In high-stress situations where split-second decisions are necessary, this reduced liability can enable faster, more decisive action. Legal considerations also favor cartridges with appropriate penetration characteristics. In urban areas where defensive shooting might be scrutinized by prosecutors and civil attorneys, using ammunition with appropriate penetration levels demonstrates responsible consideration for public safety.
Reason 11, effective range versatility.
The .2 Magnum's flat trajectory and retained energy make it effective across a wide range of distances encountered in urban environments. From close contact distances to longer shots across parking lots or down city blocks, the cartridge performs consistently. At close range, the .2 Magnum's high velocity and modern bullet designs create devastating wound channels. The temporary cavitation effects are maximized at these distances, often resulting in immediate incapacitation of threats. At intermediate ranges of 25 to 75 yards, the .22 Magnum maintains both accuracy and energy. These distances are common in urban scenarios, across streets, parking structures, or courtyards. The flat trajectory means minimal holdover adjustment, simplifying shot placement under stress. Even at extended ranges up to 150 yards, the .22 Magnum retains enough energy for effective use. While not ideal for long-range precision work, it remains capable of accurate fire at distances that exceed most urban encounter ranges. This versatility means one cartridge can handle the full spectrum of likely engagement distances. The consistent performance across various ranges simplifies training and preparation. Defenders don't need to master different holdovers or trajectory compensations for different distance brackets. The .22 Magnum's flat shooting characteristics work effectively across all likely urban engagement ranges.
Reason 12, ammunition longevity and reliability.
22. Magnum ammunition demonstrates exceptional longevity when properly stored. Rimfire cartridges have fewer components than centerfire rounds, reducing potential failure points. Quality .2 Magnum ammunition stored in appropriate conditions remains reliable for decades. The sealed case construction protects the powder and primer from moisture infiltration better than many centerfire cartridges. This protection is particularly valuable in urban environments where storage conditions might not be ideal. Basement storage, garage caches, or other improvised storage locations are more forgiving with rimfire ammunition. Manufacturing consistency has improved dramatically over the years. Modern .22 Magnum ammunition from major manufacturers exhibits very low failure rates. Misfires and hangfires are rare with quality ammunition, providing the reliability necessary for defensive use. The lack of reloading requirements is another longevity advantage. While centerfire cartridges might need periodic inspection and component replacement, .22 Magnum cartridges are essentially maintenance-free once stored. This simplicity reduces the knowledge and equipment requirements for long-term ammunition storage. Quality control improvements mean modern .22 Magnum ammunition is more consistent than ever. Velocity spreads are tighter, and quality issues are increasingly rare. This reliability provides confidence that stored ammunition will function when needed, years or even decades later.
Reason 13, multi-purpose utility beyond self-defense.
The .2 Magnum's versatility extends well beyond personal defense applications. In prolonged urban survival scenarios, the ability to use one cartridge for multiple purposes provides significant logistical advantages. Small game hunting becomes practical with the .22 Magnum. Urban environments often harbor populations of rabbits, squirrels, pigeons, and other small animals that can supplement food supplies. The .22 Magnum provides enough power for clean, humane kills while not destroying excessive meat. Pest control applications are equally important. Rats, feral cats, aggressive dogs, and other urban pests can pose health and safety threats in survival situations. The .22 Magnum provides effective pest control without the expense and over-penetration concerns of larger cartridges. Signaling applications shouldn't be overlooked. The distinctive report of a .22 Magnum can serve as a distress signal or communication method over distances where voice communication is impossible. The moderate noise level is loud enough to attract attention without being so loud as to damage hearing. Utility uses like dispatching injured animals, destroying contaminated food supplies, or breaching light locks and barriers expand the cartridge's usefulness. Having one ammunition type serve multiple roles reduces the variety of supplies needed for comprehensive preparation.
Reason 14. Simplified training and proficiency maintenance.
Training with .22 Magnum ammunition offers several advantages over centerfire cartridges. The reduced cost allows for more frequent practice sessions, leading to better marksmanship skills and increased familiarity with the firearm. The moderate recoil and noise levels make training more pleasant and less intimidating for new shooters. This comfort factor leads to more productive training sessions and faster skill development. Experienced shooters can focus on precision and speed without fighting excessive recoil or muzzle blast. Indoor range compatibility is another training advantage. Many indoor ranges that restrict centerfire cartridges allow .22 Magnum shooting. This increased range access provides more training opportunities, particularly in urban areas where outdoor ranges might be distant or unavailable. The ballistic similarity to centerfire cartridges means skills developed with .22 Magnum transfer well to other platforms. The trajectory and sight picture are similar enough that training with .22 Magnum builds skills applicable to larger cartridges. This cross-training benefit maximizes the value of practice time. Ammunition conservation during training is also important. The lower cost of .22 Magnum allows for extensive practice while reserving more expensive centerfire ammunition for carry or storage. This approach maintains proficiency while preserving premium defensive ammunition.
Reason 15. Psychological impact and deterrent effect.
The psychological aspects of defensive cartridge selection are often overlooked, but they play a crucial role in real-world effectiveness. The .22 Magnum's sharp crack and visible muzzle flash create impressive sensory effects that can stop threats through psychological impact alone. The distinctive sound of a .22 Magnum is immediately recognizable as gunfire, unlike some smaller calibers that might be mistaken for other sounds. This instant recognition can cause attackers to immediately reassess their situation and potentially disengage without requiring additional shots. Multiple rapid shots are possible with the .22 Magnum's light recoil, creating an impressive display of firepower. The psychological effect of rapid, accurate fire can be more devastating than a single shot from a larger caliber. The sound of multiple impacts and the visual effects of muzzle flash can be tremendously intimidating. The knowledge that one faces an armed offender often ends confrontations before they escalate to violence. The .22 Magnum provides legitimate defensive capability while being less likely to encourage escalation from attackers who might feel compelled to respond to more powerful cartridges with overwhelming force. Media representation has also worked in favor of the .22 Magnum. Popular culture often portrays .22 caliber firearms as professional assassination tools, creating a psychological impression of lethality that exceeds the cartridge's actual capabilities. This perception can work to the defender's advantage in confrontational situations.
Reason 16. Superior barrier blind performance.
When shots must be taken through car windows, screen doors, or other urban barriers, the .22 Magnum's high velocity and small diameter give it unique advantages. Unlike larger bullets that can deflect significantly when hitting angled glass or metal, the .22 Magnum tends to punch straight through with minimal trajectory deviation. Testing demonstrates that .22 Magnum rounds maintain better accuracy after penetrating car windshields compared to many centerfire cartridges. The small diameter and high velocity create a clean hole rather than the spiderweb fracturing that can occur with larger, slower bullets. This characteristic is crucial in urban environments where shots through vehicle glass might be necessary. The cartridge's performance through heavy clothing and leather is equally impressive. Multiple layers of denim, leather jackets, or heavy winter coats that might cause hollow point expansion problems for other cartridges rarely affect .22 Magnum performance. The high velocity ensures consistent bullet performance, regardless of intervening materials. Chain link fencing, security screens, and similar urban barriers pose minimal problems for the .22 Magnum. The small diameter allows passage through openings that would completely stop larger bullets, while the velocity ensures adequate energy delivery to the target. This flexibility is invaluable in urban environments filled with various obstacles. Even after barrier penetration, the .22 Magnum retains enough velocity for effective terminal performance. Chronograph testing shows that quality loads maintain over 1,000 feet per second even after penetrating multiple barriers, ensuring adequate energy for defensive purposes. This retained performance gives defenders confidence when obstacles interfere with clear shots. Reason 17. Exceptional cold weather reliability. Urban survival situations often involve extended periods in unheated buildings, and cold weather can severely impact firearm and ammunition performance. The .22 Magnum demonstrates superior cold weather reliability compared to many alternatives, making it ideal for winter urban survival scenarios. Rimfire primers are less affected by cold temperatures than many centerfire primer compounds. While centerfire cartridges might experience ignition delays, failures in extreme cold, quality .22 Magnum ammunition continues to fire reliably at temperatures well below freezing. This reliability is crucial when life depends on consistent ignition. The powder charges in .22 Magnum cartridges are formulated to maintain consistent burn rates across wide temperature ranges. Cold weather that might significantly reduce velocities in other cartridges has minimal impact on .22 Magnum performance. Velocity loss is typically less than 50 FPS, even at temperatures below 0 Fahrenheit. Firearm function is also enhanced in cold weather with .22 Magnum chamberings. The lower chamber pressures and reduced stress on mechanical components mean fewer function issues when temperatures drop. Actions that might become sluggish with high-pressure centerfire cartridges continue to cycle reliably with .22 Magnum. Storage considerations favor rimfire cartridges in cold conditions. The sealed construction and stable powder formulations mean .22 Magnum ammunition stored in unheated locations maintains reliability better than centerfire alternatives. This storage flexibility is valuable when conventional heated storage isn't available.
Reason 18. Reduced muzzle flash for night operations.
Urban survival scenarios frequently involve low light conditions, and muzzle flash can compromise night vision while revealing shooter positions. The .22 Magnum produces significantly less muzzle flash than centerfire cartridges, providing tactical advantages in darkness. The powder charge in .22 Magnum cartridges burns more completely within the barrel, reducing unburned powder particles that create muzzle flash. High-quality loads produce minimal visible flash even from short barrels, helping preserve natural night vision after shooting. This advantage is crucial for maintaining situational awareness in dark urban environments. Compact firearms chambered in .22 Magnum show particularly impressive flash characteristics. Short barrel revolvers and pistols that would produce dramatic muzzle flash with centerfire cartridges remain relatively discreet with .22 Magnum loads. The reduced flash signature makes these compact firearms more practical for covert operations. Modern .22 Magnum ammunition manufacturers have optimized powder formulations specifically to reduce flash. Premium loads, like Hornady Critical Defense, use flash-suppressed powders that minimize muzzle signature while maintaining ballistic performance. This optimization provides both tactical and practical advantages. The reduced flash also means less temporary blindness for the shooter. In defensive situations where multiple shots might be necessary, maintaining night vision between shots can be critical for target identification and threat assessment. The .22 Magnum's minimal flash contribution helps preserve this capability.
Reason 19. Excellent subsonic load options.
While the .22 Magnum is known for high velocity, subsonic loads expand its tactical applications significantly. These specialized loadings provide near-silent operation when used with suppressors, while maintaining adequate energy for defensive purposes. CCI produces .22 Magnum subsonic loads that maintain velocities just under the sound barrier while delivering 40-grain bullets with excellent accuracy. These loads generate approximately 950 feet per second from handgun barrels, providing adequate energy for close-range defensive work while eliminating sonic crack. When combined with quality suppressors, subsonic .22 Magnum loads produce sound levels comparable to air rifles. This discretion allows for pest control, small game hunting, or defensive use without alerting nearby threats to the shooter's presence. The tactical advantage of silent operation cannot be overstated in urban survival scenarios. The accuracy of subsonic .22 Magnum loads rivals standard velocity ammunition. Without the turbulence caused by transonic velocity transitions, these loads often produce superior precision at typical urban engagement distances. This accuracy advantage makes precise shot placement more achievable under stress. Suppressor compatibility adds another dimension to .22 Magnum utility. Quality suppressors designed for rimfire cartridges work excellently with .22 Magnum, providing sound reduction that makes shooting neighbor-friendly while maintaining defensive effectiveness. This capability is valuable in urban areas where noise restrictions might be enforced.
Reason 20. Superior wound channel characteristics.
The .22 Magnum's high velocity creates wound channels that are disproportionately large compared to the bullet diameter. This enhanced terminal effect results from the temporary cavitation created by high-velocity impacts, making the cartridge more effective than bullet diameter alone suggests. Ballistic gelatin testing reveals that .22 Magnum hollow points create permanent wound channels measuring 2 to 3 times the bullet diameter. The temporary cavity stretches surrounding tissue beyond its elastic limit, creating additional tissue damage that contributes to rapid incapacitation. This effect is particularly pronounced with modern expanding bullet designs. The high-velocity impact also creates hydrostatic shock waves that can affect the central nervous system even with peripheral hits. This phenomenon, while debated among ballisticians, provides an additional incapacitation mechanism that can stop threats even when vital organs aren't directly impacted. The psychological effect of this rapid incapacitation often ends encounters immediately. Compared to slower, larger bullets that crush tissue rather than stretching it, the .22 Magnum's high-velocity impact creates different wound characteristics that can be more immediately incapacitating. This rapid incapacitation is often more valuable in defensive situations than the prolonged bleeding that larger calibers might produce. In urban environments filled with concrete, steel, and glass surfaces, ricochet potential becomes a serious consideration. The .22 Magnum's ballistic characteristics make ricochet behavior more predictable and generally less dangerous than larger, heavier bullets. The lightweight and high velocity of .22 Magnum bullets mean they tend to fragment or lose significant energy when striking hard surfaces at acute angles. Unlike heavy centerfire bullets that might ricochet with retained lethality, .22 Magnum fragments typically lose most of their energy in the initial impact. When ricochets do occur, the lightweight .22 Magnum bullet fragments travel shorter distances and carry less energy than intact heavy bullets. This characteristic reduces the danger zone around hard surfaces, making the cartridge safer to use in environments where ricochets are likely. The small diameter also affects ricochet angle calculations. .22 Magnum bullets are less likely to ricochet at shallow angles compared to larger diameter bullets. When they do ricochet, the trajectory is more predictable, allowing experienced shooters to anticipate fragment paths and minimize danger to bystanders. Testing on various urban surfaces shows that .22 Magnum bullets typically fragment when striking concrete, brick, or steel at angles less than 30 degrees. This fragmentation, while potentially creating multiple small projectiles, dramatically reduces the energy and lethality compared to intact bullet ricochets from larger calibers.
Reason 21. Enhanced ricochet predictability.
The .22 Magnum's ballistic profile creates ideal energy transfer characteristics for defensive applications. The combination of moderate bullet weight and high velocity results in optimal energy dump within the target, while avoiding excessive overpenetration. Energy transfer calculations show that .22 Magnum bullets typically transfer 85 to 95% of their energy within the first 12 to 14 inches of penetration. This efficient energy transfer maximizes the incapacitating effect while minimizing the energy available for dangerous overpenetration. The result is maximum stopping power with minimum collateral damage risk. The high-velocity impact creates rapid energy dump through tissue disruption and temporary cavitation effects. Unlike slower bullets that might penetrate completely through targets while retaining dangerous energy levels, the .22 Magnum typically expends most of its energy within the target envelope. Comparative testing shows that .22 Magnum loads often transfer more total energy to targets than larger calibers that overpenetrate. A bullet that dumps 250 foot-pounds within the target is more effective than one that delivers 400 foot-pounds but only transfers 150 foot-pounds before exiting. The .22 Magnum's energy transfer profile favors maximum terminal effect.
Reason 22. Simplified manual of arms.
The .22 Magnum is available in firearm platforms with extremely simple operating procedures, reducing the training requirements and potential for user error under stress. This simplicity is particularly valuable when multiple family members or group members might need to use the same defensive tools. Revolver platforms chambered in .22 Magnum offer the ultimate in operational simplicity. Load, point, shoot, no safety mechanisms to remember, no slide manipulation required, no magazine insertion procedures. Under extreme stress, this simplified operation can be the difference between effective defense and fumbled manipulations. The reliable ignition characteristics of rimfire cartridges mean fewer malfunction-clearing procedures to master. While centerfire ammunition might require immediate action drills for misfires, hang fires, and feeding issues, .22 Magnum firearms typically function with minimal intervention. This reliability reduces training requirements significantly. Loading procedures are equally simplified. .22 Magnum cartridges are easy to handle and manipulate, even with cold or injured hands. The rimmed case design provides positive extraction, and the overall length makes the cartridges easy to orient correctly during loading procedures. Maintenance requirements for .22 Magnum firearms are typically minimal compared to high-pressure centerfire platforms. The lower chamber pressures and reduced fouling mean longer intervals between cleaning sessions, simplified maintenance procedures, and reduced parts wear. This low-maintenance characteristic is valuable when cleaning supplies might be limited.
Reason 23. Optimal energy transfer characteristics. The .22 Magnum's ballistic profile creates ideal energy transfer characteristics for defensive applications. The combination of moderate bullet weight and high velocity results in optimal energy dump within the target while avoiding excessive overpenetration. Energy transfer calculations show that .22 Magnum bullets typically transfer 85 to 95% of their energy within the first 12 to 14 inches of penetration. This efficient energy transfer maximizes the incapacitating effect while minimizing the energy available for dangerous overpenetration. The result is maximum stopping power with minimum collateral damage risk. The high-velocity impact creates rapid energy dump through tissue disruption and temporary cavitation effects. Unlike slower bullets that might penetrate completely through targets while retaining dangerous energy levels, the .22 Magnum typically expends most of its energy within the target envelope. Comparative testing shows that .22 Magnum loads often transfer more total energy to targets than larger calibers that overpenetrate. A bullet that dumps 250 foot-pounds within the target is more effective than one that delivers 400 foot-pounds, but only transfers 150 foot-pounds before exiting. The .22 Magnum's energy transfer profile favors maximum terminal effect. Reason 24, superior barrel life and durability.
Firearms chambered in .22 Magnum experience significantly less barrel wear than centerfire alternatives, providing longer service life and maintained accuracy over extended round counts. This durability translates to long-term reliability and reduced replacement costs. The moderate chamber pressures of .22 Magnum cartridges, typically around 24,000 psi compared to 35,000 plus psi for many centerfire cartridges, create less stress on barrel steel. This reduced pressure means less erosion at the throat area and longer barrel life before accuracy degrades. Throat erosion, the primary factor limiting barrel life in high-velocity cartridges, progresses much more slowly with .22 Magnum. Quality barrels can maintain accuracy through 10,000 plus rounds, compared to 2,000 to 4,000 rounds typical for high-intensity centerfire cartridges. This longevity provides excellent long-term value. The copper-plated bullets used in most .22 Magnum ammunition create less barrel fouling than jacketed bullets from centerfire cartridges. Reduced fouling means longer intervals between cleaning sessions and less aggressive cleaning procedures that might accelerate barrel wear. Heat generation is also reduced with .22 Magnum compared to centerfire alternatives. Lower heat buildup means less thermal stress on barrel steel and reduced accuracy degradation during extended shooting sessions. This thermal advantage maintains precision even during intensive training or defensive encounters.
Reason 25, enhanced controllability for rapid fire.
The .22 Magnum's recoil characteristics allow for exceptionally fast controlled pairs and multiple shot strings while maintaining accuracy. This rapid-fire capability can be decisive in defensive encounters where multiple shots are necessary to stop determined attackers. Experienced shooters can fire accurate .22 Magnum rapid-fire strings at rates approaching full automatic fire while maintaining combat accuracy. The minimal recoil impulse allows the sights to return to target almost instantly, enabling follow-up shots without traditional recoil recovery time. The reduced muzzle rise compared to centerfire cartridges means less sight picture disruption between shots. Shooters can maintain visual contact with threats while delivering multiple accurate shots, providing better situational awareness during dynamic encounters. Training for rapid-fire proficiency is more economical with .22 Magnum ammunition. The cost savings allow for extensive practice developing speed skills that transfer directly to defensive applications. This training advantage helps develop the muscle memory necessary for effective, rapid engagement. Competition shooting disciplines that emphasize speed have embraced the .22 Magnum for its rapid-fire capabilities. Steel challenge competitors using .22 Magnum often achieve stage times competitive with centerfire cartridges while enjoying significant ammunition cost savings. These same speed advantages apply directly to defensive scenarios.
Reason 26, excellent cross-platform ammunition compatibility.
.22 Magnum ammunition demonstrates excellent compatibility across different firearm platforms and manufacturers. This interchangeability means ammunition purchased for one firearm will function reliably in other .22 Magnum firearms, simplifying logistics and reducing inventory requirements. Unlike some cartridges that might require specific ammunition types for reliable function in different firearms, .22 Magnum shows consistent performance across revolver and semi-automatic platforms. The same ammunition that functions perfectly in a compact revolver will typically work equally well in rifles or semi-automatic pistols. Quality control improvements in .22 Magnum manufacturing mean consistent cartridge overall length, case dimensions, and bullet seating depth. This consistency eliminates feeding issues that might occur with ammunition optimized for specific firearms. Any quality .22 Magnum ammunition will function in any properly chambered firearm. This cross-platform reliability means group or family defensive preparations can be simplified. One ammunition type can serve multiple firearms, reducing the variety of cartridges that must be stocked and eliminating concerns about ammunition compatibility during high-stress situations.
Reason 27, superior compact firearm performance.
.22 Magnum cartridges are specifically well-suited to compact firearms that are essential for urban concealed carry and discrete defensive applications. The cartridge's efficiency allows compact firearms to achieve performance levels, typically requiring much larger platforms with other calibers. Compact revolvers chambered in .22 Magnum deliver impressive ballistic performance from 2 to 3-inch barrels. While centerfire cartridges might lose significant velocity from short barrels, the .22 Magnum maintains adequate performance even from ultra-compact platforms. This efficiency makes truly concealable defensive firearms practical. The cylinder diameter required for .22 Magnum is smaller than most centerfire alternatives, allowing for more compact overall dimensions in revolver designs. This size advantage creates opportunities for deeper concealment while maintaining adequate firepower for defensive applications. Semi-automatic pistols chambered in .22 Magnum can achieve higher capacity than centerfire alternatives in similar-sized packages. The smaller cartridge dimensions allow for more rounds in comparable magazine sizes, providing more shots available without reloading. Pocket pistol applications particularly favor the .22 Magnum. Ultra-compact firearms that would be marginal with .22 LR become genuinely effective defensive tools when chambered in .22 Magnum. The increased power transforms pocket pistols from desperation choices into legitimate defensive options.
Reason 28, enhanced accuracy potential in windy conditions.
Urban environments create complex wind patterns that can affect bullet trajectories, and the .22 Magnum's ballistic characteristics provide advantages in these challenging conditions. The high velocity and relatively good ballistic coefficient help maintain accuracy when wind affects other cartridges significantly. Time of flight to typical urban engagement distances is minimized with .22 Magnum velocities, reducing the time available for wind drift to affect bullet path. Bullets that reach 50-yard targets in less than 0.1 seconds experience minimal wind drift compared to slower cartridges that might require 0.15 plus seconds flight time. The lighter bullet weight, while potentially seeming disadvantageous in wind, is offset by the high velocity and relatively streamlined bullet profiles used in .22 Magnum ammunition. Modern bullets feature improved ballistic coefficients that help resist wind drift better than older designs. Urban wind patterns with gusts, swirls, and sudden direction changes favor cartridges with minimal flight time rather than those that might resist steady winds better. The .22 Magnum's quick arrival at target reduces exposure to the complex wind patterns common in urban environments. Practical accuracy testing in windy conditions shows that .22 Magnum maintains better precision than many assume. At typical urban defensive distances, wind drift is minimal and rarely affects combat accuracy requirements. This consistency provides confidence for accurate shot placement, regardless of weather conditions.
Reason 29. Optimized performance from improvised rests.
Urban defensive scenarios often require shooting from improvised positions and rests, car hoods, building corners, debris piles, or other available cover. The .22 Magnum's characteristics make it particularly well-suited for accurate fire from these less-than-ideal shooting positions. The minimal recoil allows shooters to maintain sight alignment even when using unstable or unconventional shooting positions. Where heavier recoiling cartridges might cause the firearm to shift on improvised rests, the .22 Magnum's gentle recoil impulse maintains position consistency. The flat trajectory reduces the need for precise range estimation when engaging targets from elevated or depressed angles common in urban environments. Shots from upper-story windows, stairwells, or elevated parking structures require minimal holdover adjustment with .22 Magnum trajectories. Compact firearms chambered in .22 Magnum are easier to maneuver into shooting positions when using urban cover and concealment. The smaller overall dimensions allow positioning behind cover that might not accommodate larger firearms, providing better protection while maintaining offensive capability. The reduced noise signature is particularly valuable when shooting from concealed positions. The moderate report is less likely to give away the shooter's exact position, allowing for potential position changes between shots if tactical movement becomes necessary.
Reason 30. Exceptional reliability in adverse conditions.
Urban survival scenarios often involve exposure to dust, debris, moisture, and other contaminants that can affect firearm reliability. .22 Magnum cartridges and firearms demonstrate superior function in these challenging environmental conditions. The sealed construction of rimfire cartridges provides excellent protection against moisture infiltration compared to centerfire cartridges with separate primer pockets. Quality .22 Magnum ammunition continues to function reliably even after exposure to high humidity or brief water immersion. Dust and debris tolerance is enhanced by the lower chamber pressures and reduced extraction forces required for .22 Magnum cartridges. Firearms that might experience extraction issues with high-pressure centerfire cartridges continue to function with .22 Magnum ammunition even when contaminated. The simplicity of rimfire ignition systems means fewer potential failure points compared to centerfire firing pin systems. The rim ignition distributes primer compound around the cartridge case rim, providing multiple ignition points that increase reliability even with contaminated firing pins. Temperature extremes affect .22 Magnum less than many centerfire alternatives. The stable powder formulations and sealed construction maintain consistent performance across wide temperature ranges, from freezing conditions to high heat exposure common in urban environments during summer months. The .22 Winchester Magnum Rimfire represents one of the most undervalued cartridges in the defensive ammunition world. Its combination of adequate power, exceptional accuracy, manageable recoil, and practical advantages makes it an outstanding choice for urban survival scenarios. While it may not have the stopping power of larger cartridges, the .22 Magnum's advantages in training, cost, availability, and versatility create a compelling case for its consideration. In survival situations where ammunition must serve multiple roles and procurement might be challenging, the .22 Magnum's well-rounded capabilities shine. What's your take on the .22 Magnum for urban survival? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more survival content that challenges conventional wisdom.